why we're all here, right? If the world is starting to hear and understand that right now, I think they're starting to hear why the Indians go out on the tracks and they block it and they burn barrels and they think we don't have jobs. You know what? I just told you what my job is. I had 13 contracts to go out and teach schools. And I had to call them because my community needs me right now. The youth need me right now. I am the community cook, but the problem is we all have bills to pay. We all have rent, we all have cars, we all have kids, I have grandkids. We all have responsibilities. But if everybody could look over those immediate responsibilities and look at our ultimate responsibility, which is those next 7 generations, then I think all of you are here because you heard that. What we do in our communities and what I've done for my 40 years on Turtle Island is to stand up and to try to teach those beautiful things that we come from. And we get labeled in many different ways because of the ways that we have to try to get people to hear the beautiful things that we have to say. We have to do these things right here. And I don't mind, because this is all we need right here. Mother Earth gives us everything we need. Absolutely everything. Shelter, food, clothing, everything we need is right here outside. So when other people are out there judging that we're out here and we're doing what we're doing and we're keeping warm around the barrels and I ain't going to my regular paying job, it's because I know that when I call that job and I say, I struggled with it for a minute because I knew I had contracts, but I called my school boards and I said, I'm sorry that I may have to I'm going to have to reschedule, and I don't know when because I don't know how long this takes. But my community's in need. Your kids are in need. My kids are in need. And this is how I said to the school board. I'm here teaching exactly why I'm out there. So I do need to reschedule this class. This class is very important too. But this is what I'm out here doing, is to try to teach exactly what we're trying to show. So what better way than to just call them and say, I'm out here. Don't judge me now that you know I'm one of those people. Because I know they do. It takes everything I have in me to walk in there with my fancy clothes on and my briefcase and my big fancy hairdo and my long nails to get that contract to go in and teach that class. But it feels way better when that contract's signed and I walk in my real clothes and my real pride to teach that class. Because then, that contract they designed, they already signed it. Here I am. Loud, proud. Mohawks be better, proud. And I'll be here and I'll cook here and there and everywhere I have to support what's going on right across the globe, just like everybody should be. Everyone should be. I'm not going to worry about paying my rent tomorrow or my van payment in 3 weeks. I'm going to worry about it, but you know what I'm going to worry about then? I'm going to worry about going to my neighbor and leaning on those people that did worry about it and didn't come out here and do what we did for 24 hours a day. To fight the fight for their kids and their grandkids and their grandkids. That's why I'm here. I have 4 babies and a 3rd grandchild on the way. It's my responsibility to be out here because it makes my blood bleed to think that my 7th grandchild is not going to be out there and being able to spear fish like I learned when I was a little girl, and milk that fish and put those eggs back in the water and do all those things that we're supposed to do and have those necessities of life that Mother Earth brings us naturally, because it's all getting taken away right from underneath our feet. And why is it that only so many of us see that? The only other ones that don't see that people looking for something bigger and better that ain't gonna do nothing for their babies or their grandkids, because they're all worried about what they got right now. Big, beautiful, better, more. I feel sorry for those ones, because where is your grandbaby and your great-grandbaby's gonna be when it's that time? Because there ain't gonna be a time if we don't fight for it right now. In every and any way we can. Whether it's standing out in the dark, or standing out in the winter, or being cold around the barrel. It's our life responsibility, and not just for my people, for people. Okay, rant over. Love you all. Thank you for supporting.
Thank you, Ed.
Thank you. Thank you.